The exhibition I chose is Nursing Survival, Food During World War II and the Holocaust. The exhibition talked about how food was scarce during World War II, how Nazis were using it as a tool against Jewish people, and it also talks about how Americans had to ration their foods. Um, there was plenty of propaganda on being put out to Americans on how to, use less so we can send more out to the military. Um, and so yeah, so it just shows this whole exhibition just shows how deeply food impacted World War II. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a picture of a European family receiving a food package from CARE. It's an organization that specializes in sending food to families impacted by war. Um, they sent, according to the KSU Museum website, they sent food packages to Europe, but also Americans could get a package for $10. So yeah, the packages would contain things like a lot of powdered things like powdered milk and powdered eggs. Throughout the whole exhibition, there was people, just multiple people talking about powdered eggs, um, and how much they ate it during that time. So powdered egg was a big, played a big part in providing food to people during World War II. Okay, what you see in this picture is K rations. They were called K rations because they were named after Ansel Keys, who was the one that figured out a way to um make the food last longer, and he also did a study according to the KSU museum website. He did a study on how to he did a study on males that were basically on the cusp of starvation, so he could figure out how to provide protein and nutrients to um, the army overseas. And there's also a quote um, from a military person, and he said for breakfast they ate eggs, for lunch they ate eggs, and then for dinner they had eggs and sausage. So that's another thing to think about, how the eggs were such a big part in food during World War II. Also, there was a lot of well, not a lot, but there were two examples of companies that did things so they could get food over to military overseas. Like Hershey's, they made tropical chocolate, chocolate that is less prone to melting. And then what's it called? Coca-Cola. They made their bottles cheaper so the army could afford it and send it over to them. Um, but yeah, I found it very interesting how they could operate off of, I mean, it's nutrients, but it's not. It it probably wasn't enough. So I'm just thinking about how they were able to even operate like that. As you can see here, this is a poster. It's a propaganda poster. That says "Do with less, so they'll have enough." Um, so this is propaganda, but it's not propaganda against anybody. It was probably just, well, it was made so American citizens at home felt like they're participating in helping overseas by, rationing. Um, there was also, other propaganda posters telling them to make victory gardens, so they can have food and they can, you know, use that instead of things that could be sent overseas. Um, but yeah, this poster just built up like a sense of morale or something. Like, if you're a citizen, you want to help. So if I'm here and I know I'm eating less, I feel like I'm helping overseas. So that also built up a sense of unity amongst everybody. Yeah, and so yeah, so reading through the whole thing, food was a big deal. There's quotes from Holocaust survivors and military people. Is just like they basically had to just like talk about food to make them feel better. One of the Holocaust quotes, um they said that they were basically cooking with their mouths. They would just like talk about it so they could make them feel better. But yeah, it was a big deal, and it greatly impacted, people's mental during World War II and the Holocaust.